Week 10. We are how many weeks away from the Super Bowl now? About 12, right?
Yeah.
Just about 12. Thursday night football. Last week, you guys did not get one episode from us, and that is my fault. We did a props episode, but we did not record it. We literally did not record it. We just talked in front of the phone. We just rehearsed, but we had good props in there, right? Like, we actually had a good week, but we just didn't have evidence of it. So, this week, I made sure that we're recording now, okay? And Thursday night football, we're going to give you our two-man and our fantasy players and our score predictions on what we think this trash can game is going to be like.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a close one, but it is a trash can game for sure.
You got to get the accessory.
All right. And to make up for last week, we're going to make sure to hit this, all right, and go 2-0. My prize pick account does have proof that we hit last week, but that don't matter because your prize pick account don't. So we're going to get that all fixed up. My prop for this week is Bryce Young over 9.5 rushing yards. He's averaging 13.5 rushing yards per game, and he's gone over this in 5 out of 8 games that he's played this year. With Montez Sweat bringing pressure and the Panthers having to throw the ball with constantly losing games, I think Bryce Young is going to have to enter that scramble drill, all right, and he's going to give you at least 10 rushing yards. Like I said, he's got it in 5 out of 8 games, and I don't think it will be very hard for him to have to scramble with the new addition of Montez Sweat breathing down his back and that horrible Panthers D-line. He is the fourth most sacked quarterback in the league. He's going to have to be running, and he's going to give you at least 10 yards.
All right, for my prop, and this is the only Bears prop that's on there because I guess they have questions of who's going to be starting their whole offense this week. I don't even know what's going on with the Bears.
Khalil Herbert, Justin Jefferson, Justin Fields.
Usually they have a bunch of props.
More than just the kicking prop.
But I'm going to give you my prop, and that's the Bears kicker, Kylo Santos. Over 6.5 kicking points. Okay? I'm going to go on the over of this one because he's hit this line 2 out of the last 5 games, and he's playing the 29th ranked defense, and they are giving up the most points to opponents. Opposing kickers have gone 10 for 10 on field goals on the Panthers through 9 weeks. He is averaging 1.8 extra points per game and 1.4 field goals per game. If he gets 2 extra points and 2 field goals in this game, depending on his range on the field goal, that's 7 to 9 points right there. Okay? And I see this game being a offensive struggle for both teams. Both defenses are terrible. And this could be a shootout game in some kind of aspect of it and could come down to the kickers. I've watched 3 Panthers games and 3 Chicago games this year, and in both games, in all 3 games for each team, the teams get it to the red zone. They just can't score a touchdown, so guess what? Their kickers come in and they kick a 40-yarder or maybe even a 50. So I see that happening in this game because of that aspect, but this was the only prop on there for Chicago. I'm going to take a kicking prop. I love it. I had no choice, which is completely okay. I love to take, kicking and defenses. I love it. So, Carlos Santos over 6.5 kicking points. He should get 7. Why not?
This just in. The Rams are signing quarterback Carson Wentz. Yeah, pretty nuts, right? I just got the notification. If he doesn't do good with Cooper Kupp, my God.
Carson Wentz is a bust.
Bust. Huge bust. Number 2. Don't even get me started.
That is the one bad decision that Howie made.
But he made up for it and has got a whole bunch of picks and players. All right. Now, takes us to our fantasy player. My man, DJ Moore. All I got to say.
Okay, it's reasonable because the
2 words.
Suck.
Revenge game.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
DJ Moore is playing his former team that drafted him, and he was on there for 5 to 6 years. Okay? I think he's going to go off and pop off against that Panthers defense, who's already not good. All right? They give up a whole bunch of points because they're on the field the whole time because their offense can't stay on the field. Okay? DJ Moore leads the Bears in targets.
Obviously.
So the passing game goes through him. They're going to try to get him the ball. And the last time he played on Thursday Night Football, he scored 50 fantasy points. I think you put DJ Moore in your lineup. I think he produces in your lineup against his old team. Revenge game all the way. DJ Moore.
Let's look at all the revenge games so far this year. Last week, Tyreek Hill, he didn't do anything on his old team.
Too good.
Going back a few weeks, who was the revenge game? I forgot. Devontae Adams.
He didn't do too well either.
So, seems like when we think it's a revenge game, it doesn't happen. But
it's revenge for the team.
But I see that streak breaking. I think DJ Moore will actually have the true revenge game this year because so far, no player has made their old team punish.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. So I think Moore could do it. The Panthers suck on defense. They have no DBs that could even go close to Moore. Moore also knows their whole defense because he practiced, from every single day for the last 5 years or something?
At least.
Right?
At
so
least.
Moore could do it. Moore could definitely do it. For my fantasy player, Chuba Hubbard. Okay. He is playing the 27th ranked rush defense and is projected 9.8 points versus Miles Sanders is only projected 7.6. Indicating that he is the lead back on the team right now. Last week he scored 10.7 points and I would put Chuba at your flex in this week. Miles Sanders has not been doing anything at all. Ever since his injury, he just hasn't been the same. Chuba came in there and said, all right, bro, I'm going to take your spot. That's what happened. Now, I see both of the backs getting production in this game. I think they both scored a touchdown in this game just because of how bad the Bears' rush defense is. But adding Montez Sweat in there might make a difference, which is why I would not put this player at your RB2. I'll put him at your flex because the Bears' front line is actually somewhat decent after all that trade. They had some players, but now they added a pure dog. So I see Chuba going off to a slow start, but then after that he'll pick it up, and the Panthers will rely on him to possibly win the game.
I don't know if they'll be winning the game, but I don't know how they're going to produce too. I was looking at his prop, but it's pretty high at like 63 yards. So if it's that high, he's going to have some production.
Well, Miles Sanders is only at 20 and a half.
I saw that, and I was like, damn. He could go over 20.
If you feel confident and if you feel real brave, take Miles Sanders' prop. I might do it.
So there you go. If Seb could choose a Panthers prop, he might choose the Miles Sanders 20 and a half.
It might go up.
Props for you. It's at 21 right now.
Yeah, it's going to go up.
20 to 21, so that's usually a good sign. All right, guys. So we're going to go to our score prediction. I got the Bears winning this game 24 to 20. All right? Bears are looking to win their second straight home game. The Panthers are looking to win their first ever away game this year. Okay?
It's such a bad game.
It's a bad game, but I think it's going to turn out to be a good game. Yes, the bad teams, but I think it's going to be close.
Are you going to watch?
I have no clue. We'll see what the day holds.
I don't know.
And how much skin I have in the game. The Panthers are 0-5 at Soldier Field in the regular season all time. So they've never won a regular season game at Soldier Field. Jeez. Like I said, the Bears can get pressure with their new addition Montez Sweat. They're facing Bryce Young, who was sacked 4 times last game and has been sacked 26 times on the season. That's tied 4th most for the whole year. That's a lot. Yeah. And he's a short quarterback. And they're playing in Chicago. Weather might affect his balls coming off his hands.
It's supposed to be 20 degrees.
Yeah, and probably windy. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, the balls he's throwing may not be all that great. The Bears also might be getting Khalil Herbert and Justin Fields back. All right? I think the Bears are just the better team. I think both these teams are not going in a winning direction. But if they were to choose one, I would choose the Bears are more close to winning than the Panthers. I'm pretty sure the Bears are closer to winning their division than the Panthers are with, what's his name? They're not going to win their division actually because the
Bears actually have a good chance to make the wild card.
Yes, that's what I saw.
They have a really good chance because their schedule coming up is actually pretty favorable. Also, there's teams struggling in that whole conference. So, You know,
Seahawks just got blown out.
Yeah, so the Bears could make a surprise. I mean, why would you trade for Sweat if you don't think you have a chance at it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, because of that, I think the Bears win this game as well, 24-17. Point total is at 40 when I checked it.
Yes, it is.
And I have it going over in this game. The addition of Montez Sweat makes this defensive front even stronger. And with the Panthers lacking a whole line majorly, I don't see them being able to contain Sweat. Game is in Chicago, and they have lost their last 2 games, with last week losing by just 1 score to the Saints, who have a respectable defense.
And they had the lead twice.
Exactly. The Panthers are just purely awful this year, and I don't think I'll be watching this game, mainly because Orlando is playing at 9 o'clock. I gotta watch that game instead.
Play?
The Hawks.
Okay.
It's our first Eastern Conference game.
Oh,
we haven't played an Eastern Conference
I
team
thought
yet.
you opened up against the Celtics.
That was the Rockets.
Oh, the Rockets. Yeah, you're
We
right.
played
Last
8.
was the
We
Celtics.
played 8 Western teams so far this year, bro.
Yeah. That's actually a good thing, though.
Yeah,
It's
and
out
we're
of the way.
we're 4-3 off of that. So I see that as a major W. But anyways, I won't be watching this game. I don't think. I might tune in because I might put some props on it. I always put some props on it, gambling edition. But I think the Bears come out on top in this one. And I'll say this: I love their quarterback Tyson. Okay, he has the swag to him. He got that tattoo all around his arm. I love it. He's been playing way better than Justin Fields has been. I'll say that right now. The Panthers are coming off a home loss to the Colts. They went down 27-13 as 1.5 point underdogs. The Bears just lost in New Orleans 24-17. Ironically enough, I have the same score in this game, but we're able to cover the spread as 10.5 point favorite underdogs. Chicago is currently listed as a 3.5 point home favorite to win this game. I have the Bears to win it in a close one, but they get it done. Why not? I think the Bears make a playoff push and they surprise a ton of people. I don't see why not.
I completely agree with you, and I think they're going to try and make a playoff push, and especially if they get Fields back, they're 100% winning the game.
If they win their next 3 games, they're definitely going for the playoffs, and I think they started now. They also have the Packers still coming up again. The Packers' offense sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I don't see why not. I would, if I was the Bears personally, I would tank for Marvin Harrison if I'm the Bears. I would. Him and DJ Moore.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
Right? But you also need a quarterback to that. And I would sign somebody this season in free agency.
Carson Wentz. Too bad he's taken.
All right, y'all. That's our Thursday night prediction. Put our 2-man together. And if you want to add someone else in there, we suggest Miles Sanders. Safe. If any more Bears props come out, I will take Sweat over on sacks.
There you go.
I love that.
You heard it here first.
We'll see y'all on the props episode this week.